Hi everyone, welcome to Techijun Academy. In this video, we are going to be talking about Bootstrap 5 checkboxes and radio checkboxes. Radio button checkboxes. So checkboxes are used if you want the user to select any number of options from a list of preset options. So we have option 1, option 2, and it shows that we have a disabled option. Let's move to the next part. So we have an example here which gives us how it works. So we have option 1 and option 2. So let's do it before we come and explain the example. So we'll come here, we would have this, and we can just say check boxes. Then after that, we would have a form, and inside our form, we'll give it class. After that, we would have a form, and inside our form, we'll give it a div, and inside this div, we'll give it class, which will be form control, which will be form check. Then after inside this div, we'll say input, and inside this input, it will be checkbox. Then after that, checkbox, and after that, we'll give it a class, which will be form check input. Then we'll have the ID, which will be check1. Then after that, we'll give it name, which will also be option 1. Then we can now give it a value, which will be something. We can just put something, and we can indicate checked, and here we can say checked. Then after this input, we'll come here. I will give it label, and inside this label, we'll give it a class. We'll give it a class, and the class will be form check label. Then we'll come here, we'll say for, which will be check1. Then we'll say option 1. Then after this div, we'd also create another div. And inside this div, we can say class form check as well. And as well, inside here, we would also create an input, which the input will be type checkbox. And also we'll give it a class form check input. And as well, we'll give it ID, which will be check2, and we'll have name option 2. Then we'll have a value, and we can say something, and we'll give it label. So we can as well duplicate this too. Okay, we can just say copy because, and this, so we'll change this one to check3, option 3. Yes, so this is that. Now after this div, we are going to include a button. We're going to include a button, and the button will be class type submit and btn. So now let's check it out. So here is it. So we can check this as well and submit. So that is that. I hope you understand. So that's for the first checkbox. Let's move to the next part, which is radio buttons. Radio buttons are used if you want to limit the user to just one selection from a list of preset options. So we have option 1. So we can make use of radio button. You know, in the checkbox we did, you can select more than one, but making use of radio will only make you select just one. So let's tweak this one that we have. So where we have checkbox, we'll change it to radio, and it will be different. So in this place, we'll say radio 1. Then as well, we'll come here. We'll remove this one, and we'll say option. We can put the value here and say option 1. Option, or we can say option radio, option 1. Then we can as well tag it as checked. Then we can name it option 1. Then we'll also do the same. We are changing everything to radio. We'll change everything. Okay, radio 2. Where we have a hair, in this place too, we change it to radio, and everything should be changed to radio like that. So we don't have anything that is contradicting it. Now let's check it. So we have different radios. Okay, we can remove this one. So now let's check it out. So when we are talking about radio only allows you to select one. That's if you want the user to select just one item. So can you see? So that is that about that. And let's move to the next one, which is if you want your checkbox to be styled as toggled switch, use the form switch class together with a form checks container. So let's try this out. So we'll come here, we'll change this one, we'll say toggle switch, toggle switch, switch. Then after that, we'll come here, inside our form, we'll give it a div, and we'll give it class name. We'll give it a div, and we'll give it class. We'll say class check. We'll say class form check. Then we'll say form. Then after that, inside this div, we'll give it input. And inside the input, we'll give it a class. First, we'll give it a class form check input. And we'll say type, which will be checkbox, ID. We can make use of the ID as my switch. And we can give it name, which will be dark mode. Then we'll give it value, which will be yes. And then we'll say checked. Then after that, we'll give it input. After that, we'll give it label, form checked, my switch yes, dark mode. Then after this div, we can give it a button and let's type submit yes. So now let's check it out. This is like you getting to have like a toggle. So this is it. I hope you understand everything I've taught you so far. Thank you for watching this video. Please do well to follow us across all socials at Tech Academy. See you next time. Bye.